Right, this is part two of designing the kite. And what I'm going to be doing in this part is basically um, the guide template. A guide template is what I use to lay the pieces on so that I can precisely build the sail of the kite and o- overlap the seams and everything. So right now, if we look at this picture, the seams, this is not how the actual kite would look. You would obviously have fabric that overlaps each other, like this yellow and this other color would overlap each other, creating a seam. So, so that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and then start building up the panels. Um, and that's what's gonna make up the kite. I've decided that I want to keep this strip here. Um, not sure how I'm gonna go about it. I may just do regular. I'm debating whether it should be just one strip or if it should follow the actual. Not quite sure yet, but this is how I want it to look. So obviously it won't look like this here. There's obviously going to be some overlap right here. So it's going to start around here and then slowly transition and become part of that strip. So the kite will be easy to build because these panels are repeatable. So I just have to cut these panels. Now to save fabric, of course, I may, hmm, I may do panels for this and this, and maybe this tiny one up here. I'm not sure. And maybe one for here and here. These could just be regular panels, but again, I don't want to print, I don't want to cut just one giant diamond and then waste all the fabric from here and use only. I'd rather just have a little piece that I could just cut with the machine here and just put it right in there. So that's what I'm gonna end up doing. And here's the project file. So this is the way we do this is I've already traced. I can get rid of these panels right here. And I pretty much have the guide that I need. This is what you do. You create a guide. And then the guide lets you create the actual panels. So if I go here, um, I need to select that particular. See, I selected the wrong thing. Is it this one? Nope. Okay, it's this one. Mm. Just get rid of the boundary grab. No, okay. I think I was able to color it in, so. Okay, this is the layer I want to work on. So if I tap here, you can see it selects the actual panel. Everywhere I click, it selects an actual panel. So what I mean by seams overlapping is gonna have to do the math here. Bring up the calculator. The size of the seam is 0.25 inches. So we divide that by 2 and we get 0.125. So what we have to do is we have this panel select, and I'm gonna start with the center panel. Okay? And of course, we're gonna have a little bit of a thing up there, and we're gonna go to selection. We're gonna grow it, right? And it's gonna be by inches. And here's that thing I was talking about. Whoops. So 0.125. Like our calculators told us before, just gotta memorize these things. 0.125. Hit OK. And that grows the seam. And that's how I end up with these curved seams. Right. Once we have that, what we do next is all these other paths here from the RS Quad 2 blueprint. I really don't need these. I'm gonna show you what these are. These are just panels from, the RS Quad 2. We don't necessarily need these panels, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna leave them because they provide somewhat of a guide here. Uh, okay. Okay, so now that we've done that, we gotta do to take the selection and turn it to a path. Okay, so somewhere here's our selection. Center panel. I call it D for diamond because we have two of them. Say this is the old one. Yeah, we can delete this one and turn the selection off. And that would be the first panel. Of course, we have a problem here. See, I should not have gotten rid of that panel. Just going to demonstrate something here. I'm going to go to one of the top panels. Okay. Okay, here we go. Right here, this panel. See how it sits higher? Okay, this part needs to go up about that much. So I should have not deleted the previous panel. So here we go. Okay, there's our center panel. I want to keep this just to reuse it. Okay. And now we get to see the first seam overlap. So once again, I'm going to select this. We've got a problem here. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a problem. I must have done something. think I messed something up. Oh, how did that happen? Okay, we're gonna have to. Okay, there we go. Don't know what happened there. There we go. Now we're gonna select, call this center panel diamonds. Now we can select this one. There we go. That's what we want to see. You can see it extends in there. All right, we're gonna grow it. 0.125 and do the same thing to path. Turn the selection off. And we have another panel. And here is where you start seeing the actual shape of the kite. This right here is a seam. That is a seam where both fabrics overlap each other. I just go demonstrate this. There you go. That's a seam right there. That's where you'd put the double-sided tape and the fabrics would stick together. So I'm just gonna get all this done and sit back and watch, I guess. I'm only going to do one side. I'm only going to do one side here because ultimately what I want to do is there's pieces here called puzzle pieces. The machine is going to draw the actual blueprint, and then I'm going to cut it out in puzzle pieces. These puzzle pieces, as you can see, they join together. Anyway, let's get down to work. Gonna have to set this to inches here, otherwise I have to keep constantly switching it. I'm just gonna do this tiny piece. Can't hurt. So that would be, of course, now I have to do something a little bit much more complex with the the top panels. But I may not. It's a lot easier if you put the change in. Hmm. I need to design a tool to cut a seamless curve on the kite using the Cricut Maker. But I don't want to do that now. One of the ways that I align it is, oh yeah, I forgot about this bottom piece. You can see these are the seams of the kite. All those are overlapping. So you can now start to see all of the seams coming together. But we still have this little bottom spot right here that we have to do. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Let me see. I'm gonna select this. If I hit shift, I can extend, but as you can see, they become one continuous thing. So I have to take a different approach here. I'm gonna do, I want this, um, hmm. Again, this is a piece that I'll be laying down by hand. Okay, I'm gonna use some of the pieces from the Artist Quad 2 to sort of guide me. So that right there, that distance from here to there, that is what forms the trailing edge of the kite. So you put a piece of double-sided tape on the back of the sail, and then you fold it over, and it ends up overlapping over the kite, and that's what does the trailing edge. So you gotta, when you design this, you have to, even though this is the shape of the kite, you have to leave out extra fabric to form that seam or that trailing edge seam or the edge binding. And this is how it, you can see it right there, that distinct shape. Those are two different shapes right there. And it doesn't quite look like it's somewhat aligned here. This would be the tip. Um, Gotta be careful here because these panels aren't necessarily aligned. They're actually offset a little. I may have to, I'm gonna have to move. They have to be moved up. I think that's all of them. So we're gonna do move and that. Oh, oh, oh. We need the print template here. Yeah, this is, you can see it's not aligned. So I almost made a big mistake here. I have to align. Uh, all of the Artist Quad 2 panels actually, even though I'm not going to use them. I actually just want to align the ones that matter. Okay, this one matters. None of these matter because they don't connect on the top. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's the rest of the panels? Oh, here we go. Okay, that one. That one. And nope. In the center panel. Yep. Okay, now I can do move and move the selected layers. Nope. See, I was doing moving. Move path. Move layer. Okay. There we go, we're moving. And it's to get it, align it so that they meet up with each other. That seems like it is right there. There you go. Now that is much more accurate. We do have a different diamond piece, so it will be different. Okay, so now we got an actual. Oh, we missed one panel. Look at that. That's not good. Of course, we can always move it. Yep, not good. Zoom in. There we go. So what I need to do to make this easy on myself is I need to make a piece that connects here. Trying to figure this out. The DR's quad 2 panel is throwing me off. Okay, I see. Okay. Okay, that is one entire diamond pattern right there. But at the center of the kite, they won't overlap like this. So trying to picture it. Okay, I can turn this. The print template is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is where I need to do some work. I want to create a piece that I can cut with the Cricut. And that will be that it will align. And then the rest, Uh, mm, I may have to do individual separate pieces. Now I go, oh, I do need one from this, here, and here, and here. I think that's the best method. That way oh, of course, what was I thinking? That way the seam stays consistent all the way through instead of just having okay, that makes sense. So what I have to do here is I have to create some new paths. Mm. Trying to figure out. Okay, I see the shape of the kite. It's really throwing me off. Okay, right here. So we want it to be right here. This part's gonna be here. Uh, gonna have one here. It's supposed to connect, but it's not connecting. It's treating it like a new path. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. There we go. Just doing an approximation. And then from here, and then close it there. Well, that's gonna be aligned like this. I don't know, might just get rid of this extra one. It can be close, doesn't have to be perfect, but it can be close because these are just such microscopic adjustments. You want to be a perfectionist, we can do that. course, that's gonna present an issue there when we try to. You'll see what I mean. We're gonna do a hacking job. Okay, we're gonna leave that piece alone. Um, call it trailing edge once, so you know how to find it. Then I'm gonna do another one. Nope, 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 nope. New path. This one should be easy. Just a big old square. All we have to do is align it. There we go. That's one. Create a new path. Same as before. 4 corners. Do that. We're almost done. Just gonna approximate it. Okay. Get it as close as I can. Ooh, that's pretty good. New path. And let's make sure this one's visible. Same as before. This one might be a little bit more trickier. But this is the easy part. Wait until you see the next part. It gets really tricky. You have to kind of okay, that's good. That means I no longer need these panels. We got one panel that's, there we go. That's what that ended up looking like. But now we need to do work up here and up here. These have to connect somehow. I'm gonna get rid of this center panel because it gets applied last. So the idea is to, oh, I see how they will connect now. Now what I will do is select this trailing edge and I'm going to duplicate it. Hide it out of view, and I'm going to turn it into a selection. Oh, should be path to selection right here. And like we did before, we're going to grow it 0.25. That creates our overlapping seams, as you can see. But you can also see that we're now outside of the actual shape. So now we have to create this path. I'm going to do two paths. Unselect. And we're going to have that one. And the actual original trailing edge. So the tricky part is I've got to get this bottom line. I got to get it moved up, and making sure that this stays the same. See, so this is not the copy that I need. I need a copy of this one. All right. And now we can there's a special node you have to use. It is unified transform. Okay, where did my... Okay, yeah, we need both of them. We need both of them as a guide. This, like I said, this is where it gets really confusing. So I have to keep this top part undisturbed and move this bottom to the top. But this is not the right way to do it. I need to do a unified transform. And that I should get. I'm not seeing them. Or is it handle? I haven't done this in a while. See, I'm supposed to get. Ooh, that's not good. I see what's going on. I'm supposed to be messing with paths. The minute I select it, there we go. There we go, that's it. So this is a handle transform. So this is not what I want. I want unified transform. once again. Okay, this is the one. Don't think it was this one. Man, I'm rusty. I know it's this one. You basically, you're supposed to grab it. It's just moving the whole thing. Ay, ay, ay. There's a tool that you use. Messing with the wrong thing again. Was it, I think it was perspective because this one's giving me, yes, it was this one. So this is the tricky part is I have to do this. Oh man, but this makes it way harder. Yeah, I won't be able to do it like this because this piece is, it's a very awkward piece. I'm just going to have to edit it by hand. So I'm going to select all of these nodes. See, if I was in Inkscape, I could have easily done this. And over here has to stay the same. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it up. Oh, what did I do? What just happened? Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna, don't know what happened. Should be able to just move it. Okay. There we go. So good at the top. Might make those a little bit more square. But then here we have a problem. Oh, see, that's the problem with GIMP. Now I have to manually select another one. You actually don't need this extra one or this one. I'm gonna keep the nodes simple here, no curves. We can get rid of these extra nodes. You really don't need these extra nodes at the top. Did I just screw this up? Okay, no, we're good. Yeah, these extra nodes, not needed. Here, we're gonna bring the blueprint template again. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this is not supposed to be like this. We have to. Hmm. This has to. It has to stop right here and follow the same shape and then connect at the top. Yeah, so don't really want curves up here. Okay. Here I'm kind of just watching how the fabric, because if I extend it here, Okay, we've got we can bring that center panel back in. I said it gets tricky. Okay, there's the seam. That's what I wanted to see. I'm thinking. Okay, this seam fabric extends out. Okay, let's get rid of that. This is the actual panel. So all good here. Okay, I see the seam. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. What's really bothering me right now is I have this bit that's extending. Trying to keep it in the center. Maybe I can just trim it, clip it off. Yeah, I'll just do that. However, this is where the kite, um, you really don't want this bottom diamond piece to, it should be flat. I keep forgetting. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out when I build a kite. Once all the pieces come together, I'll have to trim off part of that. Yeah, trim off this piece, trim that off, and then, yep. Okay, yep. I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, once these sections go together, I'll just have to trim off that piece and this extra piece right here. And then once the diamond goes out, that this center diamond will have to get trimmed as well at the bottom to make it match up. We'll see how that works out, but that would be that piece. We can delete trailing edge. Okay, so here's trailing edge number 2. Okay. Grow. Oh. Am I good here? So this one will be a lot easier. Yeah, we don't need these extra bits and pieces in the center here. Oh. Now I have to, I'm going to make a copy. And what I'm going to do is move it. Get it as close as I can. There we go. I might even be able to. Oh, wow. Well, there's something I haven't tried before that actually ended up working. I slewed it into position. Well, that worked out very well. That's perfect. Look at that. So, there you go. That's what we wanted. And I did say I didn't want any round pieces, but I'm gonna leave these just because that's the initial one. Although I would like it to connect, but I'm not gonna mess with it. Okay, that I learned something new. See, you cannot assume you know. You got everything figured out. There's always something new to be learned. So again, I'm gonna duplicate that path. Path to selection. Row. To path, select none. And now, always a good idea to get rid of these extra nodes, because that is a straight line. There we go. We should always have just 3. Should just be 3 for the most part. And try to get it in view here. I'll do the same thing I did the last time. I'm gonna select. And I want to move just the bottom. Oh, I don't see the I'm not sure I'm doing this right. Oh, what happened? It's not showing me the original. See what I mean here? Okay. What is this? Okay, I see what happened. Okay. Yeah, that's... I should have duplicated the selection. I didn't. Now I should be able to move it. There we go. Again, what I want to do is just get it in here. Perfect. Good alignment. Now we can get rid of this one. And we've got one more. Again, I'm gonna path to selection. Going to grow it. Make a path out of it. And now I wanna get rid of the extra nodes. We might need more than 3 here. Although I don't think we do. Whoops. That one kind of, yeah. See, you want just 3. And now I can go ahead and duplicate this. And then moved it. So what I want to do is just move it, move that. There we go. Until they just coincide with each other. That looks good. Not accurate on the top though. So might need to. I just learned something else. I can just do these separately. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just manually move these. There you go, that ended up working out as well. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be approximate. And there we go. That looks good. But what's that? We got a little... Okay, that's good. You want to see somewhat of an eye. If you see an eye, that means you've got a good... see how you... See how there's like a little eye here? That looks good. I'm almost tempted to redo this one. It's the thought of a curve. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna. Here's the original. Actually, I gotta do something crazy. We're gonna get rid of these nodes. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that. Nope. Delete that. Yeah, we don't need this one. Here is it. Here it is. So if we go here, there is a way to add extra nodes. If I really wanted to do this, I can add a node here. See how they're spaced out over there? They're huge. I would add a node here and one right here. Actually, one right about here and then here. Remove the nodes. And then this, is how you add the curvature to it. It gets tricky though. See, like you have to. When you have to match it up here. No. I'm gonna take it here. Yeah, it just gets messy. Just gonna leave it like that because that's not even gonna be visible. See, that's a tricky part. Looks good. And then we have this top part. I'll go ahead and save this project as I always like to increase it. Gonna wait until that saves. Now we have to do the top. So I'm gonna do the center panel first. See, that's how high it needs to go. Wait a minute, why is it going up that high? Oh, why do I get the feeling? Let me go back here. Print template. Yeah, you see, that's wrong. Should not be up that high. Yeah, the print template. There's a little problem here. Mm, the oh, this could be bad. This could be bad. Yeah, my this layer is actually not aligned. It's actually out of alignment. Oh yes, this is very bad. See this? That's where it's supposed to be. Now you can see how the blueprint matches. So you want to be careful with errors like that. And doesn't even match up here. Let's get rid of this paint kit. Okay, I need to align this with one of the top panels. Right here. Oh yeah, this is very, very bad. Actually, they align all right. That piece is bigger than normal. This must be a very hmm. Okay, I see now. Yeah, the print template's slightly out of alignment, although it is completely. You can see how it moves. It should. No, 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 no. Since I did. Yeah, it should match up with. Oh, should match up with the black. Okay, so it needs to go down right here. That is more accurate. Okay. This I might have a clash of blueprints here. Yeah, looks accurate. But not here. Um, yeah, this top leading edge is might just be there is the actual correct blueprint is the bottom one here. But I remember I did this more of as a graphic illustration. So let's get rid of this print template. It's driving me crazy. This is the actual correct outline. There we go. There we go. Okay, so it needs to extend twice as much Okay, now we're good. Any of this stuff is tricky. I'm gonna go ahead and save. So now I'm gonna go to the center panel. If I can find it. There we go. So everything on the bottom can stay as it is. It just needs to, well, we might need to, yeah, it's here. Like I said before, we don't need these extra nodes in between. This will drive the Cricut machine crazy. These little extra nodes. Because they really don't. Okay, that's what we should have. And what I want to do for the I'm gonna duplicate this, and then I want to move it up to the top. It has to move twice as much. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to go here. Is this the actual, okay, this layer? Gonna have to select it again. And this time I'm gonna grow it by twice the size. Oh. Make a path. And now I will have one that goes all the way to the top. Excuse me. And now what I have to do is select these nodes. This could be tricky. See, I don't wanna. It only needs to. It only needs to. Did I duplicate it? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do it one by one. Said before. Yeah, this is what we want. We wanna increase this, get this up there, but then move it so that they coincide. Okay, and that's one. I'll do the other one. Oh. There we go. Gets very tedious. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I can delete this one. And that right there is what we wanted to accomplish. We can delete this as well. What the heck? What is that? Okay, we don't need that center panel anymore. We can get rid of that. We don't need any of this other panels. You can delete all of these. Delete that. You can delete this one. I'm just cleaning up. That's all I'm doing right now is just cleaning up. Okay, we might need those. Might need all of those. This one I don't need. Don't need this one. That one I need. That one. Yes. That one I don't need. That one, yes. Okay. Because that tells me the how much I need for the seam. So I'm gonna turn those off. So again, I'm gonna save. And now I have to do this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then all these outside ones as well. That's gonna take some time. So I think that that's gonna do it for this part. The third part, I'll go ahead and we will finish up all of these outside edges and then just kind of take an overall look. Then I'll begin creating the guide blueprint with the puzzle pieces. See, once everything's designed, um, the machine's just gonna draw these little edges. It's just gonna draw these edges, and then it'll cut out a piece, and then I would join these pieces with a poster board and assemble everything like a puzzle. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this time. It's already too late. It's like 12:33 in the morning. Alrighty, thank you for watching.